Assalamu alaikum guys, this is Sam. Welcome to another video with me here at Sam of Somalia. It's Q&A time. I'm in my car at the moment. I'm in a little bit of traffic. Those of you who live in London or drive in London, you're probably very familiar with this. I'm on the North Circular, going west. So I'm going to go see one of my very close friends who lives in Maidenhead. And I thought, as I have this time and I'm stuck in traffic, I thought that I'll do a little bit of Q&A. As I said, it's Q&A time. The only time I've done Q&A was when I was in Cornwall, and that was maybe a month ago now. I don't really do it enough. A lot of people do a lot of Q&A, and it's good to kind of interact with you guys. But I see a lot of people putting like Q&A questions on YouTube, on their Instagram and stuff. But I mean, I wanted to do that, but my Instagram's, no one seems to like it. No one seems to want me on Instagram. So those of you guys who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go follow me on Instagram as well. Go on my YouTube channel page and then follow the Instagram and follow me, please, because I'd like to do more Q&A, and then I could request it from you guys. I could be like, yo, it's Q&A time. Put your questions. So I've got a few questions that have come up on my YouTube channel in the comments section. Of questions for me. And they're quite big ones, so I think I'm going to do like a little series. I'm going to do a few different videos, because some of them will take a little while to go over, I think. So, number one was, what's your job? Like, do you have a job? Which is I thought it was quite funny, really. Like, if you make YouTube videos a lot and you're active, people assume that you don't do anything else in your life. But actually, for me, it is actually just because I genuinely love YouTube. Like, I have to go out of my way to make time for YouTube and making videos about you guys, and also because I do think that my channel is genuinely meaningful, and when I talk to you guys a bit about my job and what I actually do with my life, then hopefully you guys will believe me a little bit more if you don't already. So, well, I only graduated in July. Actually, I graduated from SOAS and with a degree in Arabic, and I got a place on this teaching program. And in the USA, some of my brothers and sisters in the USA, like you guys have like Teach for America, I think. And in the UK, we have something called Teach First. And it's a 2-year program, and they basically just stick you in a school. They give you a subject, like you don't choose your own subject. They give you a subject, and I actually did end up with my preferred subject, alhamdulillah, with teaching primary. So I was put in primary school teaching year 4, and I had such a beautiful year 4 class. Like, they actually drove me mental. Like, I mean, a class of like 32 like 8-year-old children, what it does to you, just it shapes you a lot. And so I was in this school in East London, and that was my first job when I came out of university. I got a place in that program, and the program's considered quite prestigious, actually. Like, it is a good program to be on. And that was when I first got married, but unfortunately I was put in a school that they made practicing my deen quite difficult for me. Like, they told me quite sort of straight out that I couldn't pray Jum'ah there. And that's enough, innit? Just, okay, yeah, nabad gelio then, ma'a salama, I'm leaving. Like, you can't stay in a place where they talk to you like that, or they just tell you can't pray Jum'ah. Like, it's fard, isn't it? It's wajib for a Muslim man to go to the masjid to pray Jum'ah. And there weren't any other Muslim male teachers there, so it wasn't like we could just have a small group of us and just pray Jum'ah in one of my classrooms or something. And just the rigor of the program really is very difficult to maintain iman, and with the amount of work you have to do on the program, and especially as I was just married, like 2 weeks into the program I got married, alhamdulillah. Yeah, so that didn't really work out. I mean, at Christmas time it got particularly bad when so some of the children wanted to start like praying at home. Some of the parents came and inquired at the school. They were like, our kids have started praying at home, could you facilitate it? Like, could you have like a multi-faith prayer room or something like that? A lot of schools do that. And it put me, because the parents were sort of saying, Mr. Burr's Muslim and he obviously prays, surely he could do something. And it's sort of like the head teacher, when she had a word with me about it, she was like, oh, why have you been rallying the parents to to establish the Sharia in the playground, and like obviously just like it's so inflammatory, all of it was. But anyway, alhamdulillah, I left that job anyway. I miss it though. Like every day I think about those kids. Like when you have 30 to 32 kids who are entirely dependent on you for every day, except when they're on their holidays and stuff, and maybe they see you more than they see like even their parents and stuff, some kids, and yeah, so I miss them. I really miss them. But yeah, anyway, so after that I got this job in a tuition centre, and it's entirely a Somali community, this tuition centre is. They're actually a madrasa in East London, but I'm the manager in the tuition centre department in East London, and we entirely serve a Somali community. And a large part of my work is actually serving that Somali community, and you know, I want to start introducing more material into our reading corner and things like that, like bilingual Somali and English reading and books and stuff like that for the children who come, and you know, start doing really like meaningful things, especially for Somalis who come like brand new to the UK. Like it's different for like people who are ethnically Somali but they are born in the UK. Like they're as British as me, really, you know. Like they don't need stuff like that. But like I really like that tuition centre, especially as I say, we serve a pretty much 100% Somali community, so it would be really good for us to sort of offer real support, particularly for that community. And then obviously, in addition to that, like that's only Saturdays and Sundays, like tuition obviously has to go on outside of school hours. In addition to that, I'm a tutor. I had to work really hard to build my own sort of bank of contacts and of leads, as it were. You know, I've got like a good list of like, you know, 15 to 20 students who I tutor individually on a weekly basis, and all that sort of comes together to work out, alhamdulillah. And then obviously I've got YouTube going on as well, and I've got a lot higher aspirations for this YouTube channel as well, inshallah, as a lot of you probably gathered. And you know, alhamdulillah, it's been growing quickly as well, actually. Like I was thinking of doing a specific video of just like a shout out to you guys, just saying like thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me, because you know, on my Twitter, which none of you follow either, on my Twitter, on the 20-something of February, I was like, come on guys, big push, let's get 200 subscribers by March. 200 subscribers by March. And now we're not even in May yet, so less than 2 months later, and it's like 3,100 and something subscribers, alhamdulillah. So that's really nice. There's been that sort of growth and that sort of positivity and that sort of reaction, alhamdulillah. So yeah, obviously that's been really cool. But really, eventually I'd like to end up just working for myself. Like, I'd love to be a full-time YouTuber, to be quite honest with you. Like, that would be an amazing lifestyle for me, and would mean that I'd have time to do research and about sort of more kind of interesting stuff about Somali heritage, and I'd do like a whole like Somali poetry series. It'd be awesome, and I'd be able to pay for a trip for me to go to Somalia, and I'll do like daily vlogs in Somalia and what I experienced in Somalia and stuff. So you know, there's plenty of space to grow into with this channel, inshallah. And you know, I've always, whenever I've been employed by someone, I've always ended up in positions where I'm not really qualified for at all, like positions of authority that are completely unwarranted. Like I find myself becoming more and more like David Brent as I be a manager for longer, and as I was teaching a whole class for longer. I found myself, like, when I was being observed and I'd get criticised for stuff, and I'd find myself saying things like, yeah, but Pauline, you're not looking at the whole pie, Pauline, and stuff like that, like making excuses for myself, because you know, like when you're a graduate and you're thrown into you know, situations where maybe you're not quite qualified for, or you have to sort of blag it a little bit, and I'd increasingly find myself behaving and saying things like David Brent, which is really funny. But yeah, anyway, that's you know, the days of me being a teacher anyway are gone for now. I would love to be a teacher, but you know, it's yeah, it's tough work, especially as you need to sort of get lucky. Sorry, let me just adjust the camera. you need to sort of get lucky with what school you're put in as well, because you know, as happened with me, I was put in a school that wasn't a particularly good fit. But alhamdulillah. So that's it for that question. I know that answer is a bit long to that one question. Someone was just saying, like, you know, haven't you got a job? But I thought I'd clarify that I do have a few jobs that are going on as well, and I am busying myself. I'm certainly not creating a channel to try to be like this, you know, a white guy who's trying to replace Somalis and become Somali, because I mean, anyone who actually watches my content knows that that's not what I'm doing. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and watch the next video that's coming on another Q&A. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.